Hey guys, John Crowley from UTV Guide. We are here with a 2024 Polaris RZR XP that we're doing a review on, and the first stop we made is at Sand Mountain, Nevada. So for this test, we did a couple quick things. Most notably, we put System 3 off-road SS 360 tires on it. These are a 31-10-15, and they're mounted on System 3 SB7 beadlock wheels. We've used these quite a bit and absolutely love them. Very predictable tire. They pull really well even on a turbo car, but they're especially good for a naturally aspirated car like this RZR XP 1000. Second thing, obviously in the dunes, you got to have whip flags. These are from Six Stick, mounted in the stock location, and what's nice is it's pretty stout, which is nice that a factory vehicle has a spot for whip flags that works well. And then the other thing we did is added a mirror. This one actually is fancy plug-in stuff with a backup camera. We didn't do anything with that. I just wanted a review mirror. Especially in the dunes, I like to see what's behind me, and if you're in a group, it's really nice to keep tabs on who's around you. Otherwise, this vehicle is completely stock. So Sand Mountain Recreation Area is about 25 miles east of Fallon, Nevada. While the riding area is under 5,000 acres, it has a prominent 600-foot tall mountain of sand that you can't hide from. With the long, steep climbs and 4,000 plus foot elevation, turbo vehicles are typically the ticket. Since the RZR XP is naturally aspirated and primarily targeted at trail riding, I was very interested to see if the new Gen 2 Prostar engine and upgraded CVT could hang. It is definitely no fun to find a way around the mountain when the leader in your group blasts up and over the top in a turbo. So my first test was to see how the RZR XP would do climbing this 600-foot tall face. While I certainly didn't blast to the top, the RZR XP climbed the face without a struggle, and I decided to see if it could also handle the backside, which is even steeper than the front. With the help of the System 3 SS 360 sand tires, the RZR XP handled climbing the 600-foot tall mountain in both directions. Relatively satisfied with the power of the RZR XP, I turned my attention to riding with my friends to get a better feel for the vehicle in a variety of situations. Leading the group was Derek in his Turbo S, followed by Bob in his 4-seat RZR XP Turbo. So at Sand Mountain, one of the first things we did is took it up the face. And I've been in lots of naturally aspirated vehicles that either just barely make it to the top or don't make it to the top at all. Surprisingly enough, this one went right on up to the top. So this definitely has more power and better clutching than an XP 1000, although this is the XP 1000 replacement. So after we ran up to the top, I figured, well, let's jump over the backside and come up the backside and see if it'll make it. Again, it went right on up, not too much of a struggle. Obviously not as fast as a turbo, but you can get everywhere you want at Sand Mountain in this vehicle. So my take with this is primarily designed to be a trail machine. So if you maybe go to the dunes 10% of the time, something like that, or you're not worried about the hill chutes, you're down in Glamis and you just ride the dunes, this is going to work just fine. It's not going to be as fast as a turbo, but it's going to get you everywhere. And we're suspecting this is going to be a great trail rig with no turbo, better fuel mileage, all that kind of stuff. So if you're looking for a trail rig, keep an eye on this. One thing I didn't like is top of the line shock for all the different models they have is a Walker Evans needle valve shock. It's a 2-inch up front and a 2.5 in the rear. I would prefer, this is fine for a normal trail riding, but as soon as you get aggressive or put 2 people in it and drive aggressive, you can blow through these things real easy. So I would like a higher quality shock as an option. Thankfully, you can get that aftermarket. Fox and Shock Therapy have a aftermarket Fox shock that will bolt right on up to this, but you got to spend money on it. I would rather have that come from the factory as an option, and I'd gladly pay another $1,000 for better shocks. Other than that, we were pretty pleased with how this worked. Nice storage back here. This whole box can come off, 4 bolts. This box comes out. You can get to the engine compartment really nice. They've definitely done some nice things on the redesign of this vehicle. And it like I said, it's a great trail machine. That's what this is built to do. So this is the new version of the RZR XP 1000. It's called a RZR XP. So we're actually in Utah now and plan to do some trail riding and also take this out to Sand Hollow, do a little rock crawling, and continue our review of this machine for those 2 different types of terrain. Stand by.